All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see these bright, smiling faces. So thanks for being here as we wind down September. All right. Hopefully everybody signed in. You got a ticket for the drawings in a little while. So remember to do that so you get credit for the in-service. And if I could ask everybody to please silence your cell phones, put them on vibrate or turn them off. Stephanie gets really angry whenever those cell phones goes off, and she'll be the big heavy today on that. All right. Today we have Kathy is with us, a representative from Vitality. So anybody that has not registered or enrolled in that fitness and wellness app, please do so. She'll be able to explain it a lot better, but rewards and you can convert that into prizes and gift cards and things like that as you hit different wellness milestones. And it's helped all of us to try to stay a little healthier and be cognizant of wellness efforts. So we appreciate Kathy being here. And I think she'll be here until about 5, if I remember right, here in the auditorium. So today we're going to have an in-service on cybersecurity. And, there's a lot of things going on with fraud and thefts and bank accounts and how many people are getting texts from the toll road people saying you owe tolls, or so many other ones. There's tons of them coming out. So we're very thankful to have some great in-house expertise in this area. And we've done a lot of education with the residents too. So we're going to share that with all of our coworkers today in hopes that we can protect ourselves and our families and loved ones. Okay? Then after that, we'll talk about some success stories and announcements and have a little bit of fun. So without further ado, Cindy.
Hello, everybody. Oh, come on. Hello, everybody. Hello. Because I know you're still sleepy from lunch, Jose and the rest of my team put together like a little trivia for you. So we're going to play that first, wake you up, right? Some of you don't even know what that is. I know, crazy, right? No lies, no lies. Okay, now that you're awake, we're going to talk a little bit today about phishing, phone scams, pop-ups, and passwords. Now, a lot of you have computers and devices that you use for the ARC, but we want you to be safe at home too. So some of this stuff will apply to you that have devices here, but some of this just to help you at home to be more aware of these things happening out there. We have a lot of scammers. We all wish that they would use that ingenuity to do something positive, but unfortunately, this is increasing. You've got to learn to be really hyper diligent. So our agenda, we're going to go through really quickly. Phishing, phone scams, pop-up laptop messages, passwords, just a coincidence. They all start with P's. And then other items. And then we'll do a Q&A if y'all have any questions. Okay, and then we'll bring Steve and Stephanie back up. So these are all current issues that I know that our residents are experiencing them. You may be going into their units and they may be frustrated because they've been scammed, we want you to be aware of this on their behalf, but also on your behalf. So phishing. What is phishing? Phishing doesn't have anything to do with the fish in the pond at Lakeside. Okay. Phishing usually asks for personal information. So it's somebody trying to get your personal information from you so that they can use it in a negative way for you, a positive way for them. They're trying to use your information to get money or your social security number, or so that they can do something negative for you. Usually it does, they're asking for your name. They're asking for other details about you. And what you have to look for in these items, and these, we're going to talk about emails for just a minute, okay? So you need to look and see, is your name correct, or does the email say, dear person, or to whom it may concern? Is it a very generic email, okay? Does the email address look authentic? So does it say abc123.com? You can kind of see these email addresses up in the top of the email. We'll look at some examples in a minute so that you know where to look for these things. In the body of the email, are there misspelled words? Or does it sound like it was typed by somebody that doesn't know correct English or grammar? In the message, there may be a link. If it's asking you to click on the link, then wow, don't do that, okay? Very seldom will you get an email that's legitimate where there's a link that you click on it to go somewhere. Is there an attachment on the email that doesn't make sense? So is there an attachment that it's saying you need to fill out this form and send it back? And then also make sure that if they're asking you to send money or make a payment or reply with your banking information, you're not going to do that, right? Right. Glad to see you're awake. So here's some examples. So here's an email. Congratulations, you've won. We would all love to win something, right? So we see this email and it makes us feel great. But look at the address on this email. I know it's kind of faint, but it's from the USA Lottery. And then the email address is info@kysmaq.co.ip. Trigger right there. It's a weird address, right? And then look what's attached, a PDF that you've got to click on so you can go and get your money. What do we do with this email? Delete it. Here's another one. It's a payment advice notification. Your credit card companies, your banks, your loans will seldom send you an email like this to tell you that you owe. So be suspicious right away if you look at this and you see this. And don't click on the PDFs, right? Never click on an email attachment or a link. I send the money to your name, see payment, copy, and attach. You'd be suspicious right away, right? That doesn't really even make any sense. Yeah. A lot of times they'll use the Norton LifeLock or the McAfee or one of the other securities, and they'll say, okay, we're renewing you, and here's how much you owe us. Do you even have Norton? Probably not. Do you have McAfee? They're not going to send you a notice like this. And if you'll notice on this one, if you can read it, but if you can, you're better eyes than mine. But the charge at the top in the bold letters is different than the charge in the bottom. They don't even have the same amounts on there. Here's a really good one, FDIC. Is your bank ever going to send you an email? Not likely, right? And this one comes from boommansion.net. That's not Bank of America, and it's not the FDIC. So when you get these emails, think about a few things. Are you expecting the email message? Are you expecting this message from the bank, from the credit card company, from your friend across the ocean? Are you expecting it? So also when you get the email, look for some of the things we just talked about on the screen. Also, Does anything look suspicious? Are there misspelled words? Is your name wrong? Kind of all those things that we just talked about. If you get an email from Bank of America, what's the best thing to do? Delete it and call Bank of America and talk to your representative at the bank and say, hey, I got this email. I don't know who it's from. I don't know what it means. Can you tell me what you were trying to do? And they're 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you they never sent you anything. Okay? So call the person that's at the organization that you know. For credit cards, call the number on the back of your credit card after you delete this message. Okay? But don't just delete it. Be sure and go to your deleted folder and delete it out of there too. So now it's nowhere in your email system. So phone scams. Does anybody even know what that is on the right-hand side in the turquoise picture? Yep. When I was little, that's the kind of phone we had. That didn't look anything like the phones now. So if a message comes up, it says unknown caller, just don't answer it. If it's somebody important, they'll leave you a voicemail message, right? If there's a number that pops up that's 210-646-5301, wow, that's really similar to the ARC. Maybe they're calling me from the ARC. Let it go to voicemail. Go listen to the voicemail. Because they are able to mimic phone numbers now. They can go to your phone line and see what numbers you're getting calls from, what numbers you are calling, and they mimic them. So it's not even really coming from 5301. It's coming from somewhere in wherever, okay? So watch for numbers that look close to your number and then other numbers that you're calling. Then if you're on a call, if you do pick it up, you're not going to pick it up, right? You're going to listen to the voicemail. If you do pick it up, there's a lot of red flags. So like if they're doing a lot of pressure tactics, like you owe this money and you're going to go to jail, don't believe that. They're just trying to get money out of you. They're trying to get your bank card information, your credit card information, and then never share your personal banking, social security numbers, credit cards, anything that would let them get into your financial information. So here's some things that you can do. Verify the caller's identity. So get their name and find out where they're from and then hang up. And then call back to the organization that they're calling from. Okay, I'm from your bank. I need this information. What's your name? Okay, and then hang up. And then you can call back and say, Pete called me from Bank of America and he was asking for my account information. Is there fraud on my account? Whatever the message was. You'll get in touch with the right person that can tell you 9 times out of 10, it was just a scam. You can use call blocking on your cell phone. So if you get a call and it ended up being scam, you can block that call. And then if I'm calling you, that's a safe number. So you really want to talk to Cindy. So you save me in your phone as a contact. So then when I call you, it's going to come up as Cindy's calling, and then you pick up the phone. You're not worried about it, right? So anybody that's safe, be sure and add them to your contacts. And then remember that old adage, does it sound too good to be true? It's probably not true. So we also have pop-up device messages. This is happening to our residents a lot right now. They'll be on the computer, they'll be working, and suddenly this alert will come up on their computer that says, warning, warning, your computer is out of service. Please call this number to assist to get things back online. It's just a pop-up message and it's not from Microsoft, it's not from Apple, it's not from HP. It's a fake message that's popping up, and don't call the number, right? If you call the number, you're going to get a scammer and they're going to start telling you, well, if you'll just pay $299, then we'll get this cleared up for you and you can go back to using your computer. So don't call those phone numbers, right? It'll always be urgent. Do it now, because if you don't, you won't have your computer service. Do it now or your cell phone is going to die. It'll always sound very urgent. And then any of these pop-ups might have a logo on it. It's easy. Any one of you can go out right now and get the logo from Bank of America and cut and paste it into a message and send it out. It's really easy to copy logos now, so don't trust it just because it has a logo on it. If it ever says call this number for tech support, it's not really tech support. They're just trying to get you to call them and give them information. And then also there's like, we get them every once in a while. You've probably gotten them. Let us remote into your device and we'll fix this for you right away. You've heard that before. Don't ever give them access. So here's a few that we pulled up. Here's one that came up with one of our residents. It's a Windows virus warning. I know it's hard to read. That little box in the middle says call this number and we'll fix this for you. Just close it out. If you can't close it, then turn your computer off. Unplug it from the wall, unplug it from the internet, whatever you need to do to get off and away from these people. Okay, so now what? Don't click on anything. Close your browser if you can. Never call the number. If you're here at work, you can call us in IT 5292. You can call resident services at 5460, or you can go to the front desk because the front desk knows everything all the time, right? So one more thing I want to talk to you about is passwords. Passwords are more and more important these days because they have these algorithms and AI that can go out and guess passwords faster than you and I can click our fingers. And so your passwords need to be encrypted a bit, okay? So here's some suggestions for your passwords. Be sure and use strong passwords. Always include capital letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special symbols. We recommend they be 10 digits long. I use songs. So like I use the first letter of each word of the song melody, I can't even think of one right now, but use just the first letters. Or you can put dates in, but not a date that's meaningful to you. And the symbols, you just pick a symbol, okay? I like to pick the symbols that are easy to type when I'm typing so that I don't have to type this letter and then go way over here for a symbol. I know it's really technical. Don't use personal information. Don't put your name in your login and password. So my login should never be Cindy Shamonk at Gmail123. Okay? And don't use common words. And by common words, they generally say if it's in the dictionary, you shouldn't use it. My password should never be sunshine123 or apples and pears are great or anything like that. If it's a word that you can find in the dictionary, it's not good because their algorithms can guess them. Use a password manager. There's password managers online that you can use, and you can go in and put all of your passwords in that online manager. We handed out little black books to the residents. You can write it in a little black book. Just don't write things all over everywhere where you can't find them. We do have that here. And then update your passwords regularly. Even if they don't make you update it, just kind of in your head say, okay, on January I'm going to go in and I'm going to reset all of my passwords for all of my items. And then you can share it. So if you have someone you trust, my son has my little black book and he has all of my stuff. And that way if I miss it, I can't find it, I can't remember it. If I'm hurt and can't get to my stuff, he knows where to find the little black book and he can get into everything. So share it with somebody that you trust. So here's some items. Don't click on anything. Oh, I went the wrong way. Sorry. Okay, that's all my advice that I have for you. And my team put this presentation together, so if you see Sarah, Jose, and Justin, tell them thank you for all the information. And I can answer questions if you have any questions. No questions. Wow, I was good. Okay, back to Steve.
All right, thank you for that great presentation. We've had several things happen here over the years. About 2 years ago, a new employee got an email from me, supposedly, and said, hey, I'm in a meeting, I'm with some clients, I want you to go get 6 $100 gift cards. And they came back, scratched off the number, gave me the number, and it ended up being a scam. We had one just yesterday where finance got an email from a vendor supposedly saying I had signed a consulting agreement and please pay this $65,000 invoice. And they'd copied as if I had emailed finance too and said, this is okay, I approve it for payment. So they're getting really sophisticated. So you ever get anything that just looks weird and it doesn't look normal, ask questions, all right? If your supervisor, your manager, hey, this doesn't look right, they normally don't call me asking for money or anything like that. So just be real careful. I hate that it's gotten this bad, but we do have good systems here, but we got to really look out for that. Okay, we're going to go into some announcements and success stories. So any new hires in about the last 30 days that just joined the ARC, please stand up so we can recognize you. James, not you. Here we are. All right, great. Security, I see some dining. Great, healthcare. Welcome. We welcome you and hope you have a great time here, and we're glad that you're with us. I'm going to go over some kind of milestone anniversaries. We had 2 co-workers that achieved over 20-year anniversaries in the month of August. And we start with Chi Fletcher, 25 years in dining services. Let's see what they're in here today. If you're in here, please stand up. I don't have my glasses on right now. Guadalupe Valenzuela, 29 years in dining services. So hope we can catch them later. We have a few promotions to talk about. Damien Wustig from dishwasher to cook. We in here, Damien? We are. All right. Congrats. We have Darren Cruz, also promoted up to prep cook. We're seeing here right now. All right, great. We'll get to know y'all better and better as time moves on. Agustin Palacios from unit turnover lead to unit turnover supervisor. Is he in here right now? I don't see him. All right, sometimes we'll catch him at the 2 o'clock in service. We also have a nice promotion to talk about, Akeem Barrow. Where is Akeem? There you are. He was in here. He tried to slip out. But we have some good news about dining and our culinary leader, Akeem. You know, he's had about a 19-year career with Compass and Morrison Senior Living. He's built a reputation for excellence and innovation and stellar services in senior living. So he's been invited to lend his expertise in other senior living communities in the area. So Akeem's going to dedicate a small portion of his time each week to consult with other senior living communities to share best practices that were developed here at the ARC. And he's going to gain new ideas and inspiration that he can bring back here to help us continue to stay ahead of the trends and some of the evolve with excellence at the ARC. So, you know, very proud of Akeem and all of his hard work here at the ARC and in other places. So it's going to help us kind of stay on the cutting edge and lend our expertise. And as you know, we've trained a lot of incredible dining services professionals that have gone on to other communities because they've really grown here. So it's good for the ARC, it's good for the organization, and you know we're very proud of Akeem. So let's give him a round of applause for that. It's really hard to attain that kind of promotion. So, but wait, there's more. So in addition to his recognition and promotion, they also recognize the ARC as a phenomenal training site. So they have designated us to be an official training site for what they call the Accelerated Manager Program in dining services. So emerging leaders in dining will come to the ARC and they'll go through about a 12-week program, and then they'll even maybe conduct another 12 weeks of training here before they go on to another campus. So we're going to get some professionals that come in here to learn the ARC way on dining that they can take to other communities. It's going to help us to get extra staff and extra staff support, new ideas as we continue to give back to others. So really want to thank Akeem and the entire dining services team for that kind of accomplishment, that not only we recognize for the stellar services, but that we can train people and help them go on out into the dining services world and excel. So great job. And we're going to put this message out to the residents tomorrow in the resident update. So let's try to keep it a little quiet until tomorrow afternoon so we don't steal their thunder and their excitement. I also want to thank our finance team. I'm trying to see if anybody's in here. They usually come to the 2 o'clock one. But Gordon and Lisa and Larnie and Brenda and Kelly, that incredible team. We just finished our annual financial audit, and we had a clean bill of health. great financial statements, and so that's an important thing for the ARC and for everyone in an organization like this. I'm going to ask Debbie to come up, and we're going to have some construction done on our front gate coming up, and I'm going to let Debbie give us a quick overview of that project.
Thank you. How many of you were here during the Crestway Road construction? Well, quite a few of you. Okay, well, starting next Wednesday, October the 1st, we're going to be closing the front gate again. We're going to be doing some enhancements to security up there at the gate, and also there will be some construction going on. It's going to take approximately 6 weeks for all this to come to fruition. So we're going to have to utilize that Miller Road gate again. We have maps. If you weren't here during the Crestway Road construction, we have maps over on the table to help you navigate over to Miller Road. So each morning, if you're here for that 7 o'clock shift, it's not going to be the front entrance. We have already advised UPS, FedEx, DHL, Amazon to make the deliveries through the Miller Road gate, as well as Allegiance Ambulance and Acadian, first responders as well. So they've all been notified. We'll also have signage, a big sign out at that front gate to make everyone aware to utilize Miller Road. Now the security team, does anybody here from security? Yeah, thank you all. They will man the Miller Road gate just as they do the front gate from 6 a.m. in the morning till 11 p.m. at night. It'll be the same. And if you come in during third shift, however, you're going to have to press the box and the front desk will allow you access into the Miller Road gate. Hopefully we will get this project underway and to completion by Thanksgiving. That's the goal right now. But things with construction happen at times. Cindy and her team are working feverishly to help with the hard lines and cabling out there that we're going to need. James, his team with contractors, is working very diligently as well. So we're going to really try hard to make that Thanksgiving deadline our goal. But if it doesn't happen, you all know we'll be giving you updates and information. But just know that next Wednesday, the gate will be officially closed, okay? So please pick up a map if you're unsure of how to get back to Miller Road. All of the supervisors and managers, directors have notification. So if you have further questions, please reach out, and please know that I'm always available as well. Thank you. If anyone does get a ride via the bus and it gets dropped off over by the 7-Eleven, please know that you can still call our security team to have you picked up over at the bus stop, because it is a long walk to Miller Road. So please know that we will pick you up, okay? The security team has been advised, and they will pick you up like they always have in the past. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Debbie. So, great improvement to our appearance, the front entrance, the concrete, the security, the way people get screened when they come in. It's really going to help us and be a great benefit. So thanks for driving that, and James, thanks for your team. He's going to be out there jackhammering the concrete in a little while. So James loves that. Okay, a couple of the things real quick. Just so you know, we have a resident council here, and it's an advisory body to me and to the board, and there's about 50 of them. But they have a chairman, a vice chair, secretary, a treasurer, and then they have what they call street and floor representatives, and they kind of represent the whole campus. And we have meetings about 5 times a year, and they bring up concerns and compliments, and it's a great process. So many of you probably know David Rosso, but he's been the chairman of that for like 3 years. He did 3 terms. So he finished, and Gloria Magruder just got elected. So she started, I think it's October 1st. Many of you probably know Gloria Magruder and General Magruder. So she'll be the new chairperson of the resident council. So we're looking forward to working with her and the incoming folks that are a part of that council. And I got to tell you, they're making a big effort to raise money for the Smith Fund. And most of you know what the Smith Fund is, but for new coworkers, we can't accept tips at the ARC. So the residents donate to the Smith Fund. And it's appreciation money at Christmas time. all the employees that are eligible get a check based on hours worked. And last year, those checks were, the average were about $1,350 per person. So it depends on how many hours you work during the year, but it's a great thank you, and it's a great amount to receive right before Christmas and the holidays. I think they're going to get distributed the first week of December. So I just tell you that because they're working hard on all of our behalf to raise money for that fund. And I want to thank several of the coworkers were invited to be in a video that was taped yesterday to kind of plug the Smith Fund and to say, hey, I got this check and here's what it meant to me. And I really thank the residents for doing that. And we're trying to hit $600,000 this year. It's a lot of money. So the residents, we hope they're going to donate $600,000. We'll distribute that to all the coworkers based on hours worked. So we always want to provide good customer service, and we're all in the customer service field, but that's just one of many areas that we benefit. If residents are happy, they're going to put a little more into that fund. So you get the subliminal message there. Let's make the residents really, really happy, and they're going to keep putting money that benefits all of us. All right? Not to mention, we want to do a great job. We want happy residents, so they'll refer their friends. But just keep that in mind. They're working hard on our behalf. All right, Stephanie, you have any announcements before we do some of the drawings?
Hi everyone, good to see you all. Just a couple of announcements for you all. Open enrollment will be starting October the 7th. It's going to be really important for you all to attend those meetings so that you can get the information on the new plan year. The new plan year starts December the 1st, so we'll be sending out the notifications through Paycor with all the details on the meetings. And just remember that our plans do not roll over, so if you don't re-elect your plans, then you won't have coverage for the next year. So it's really, really important for you to attend those, okay? And then also on the fun side, our Employee Recognition Committee is starting the planning for our December event, and we want your input. So hopefully you all saw the notification that was sent out yesterday through Paycor. We want you to select your favorite theme, so make sure to go and vote. And that way we can have a great event this December. That's all I have. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, we're going to do a birthday drawing to start with. Let's find one of our Navy veterans here to pick us a winner in a mini recovery. What did you get for us? All right. Darren Cruz. Darren Cruz, if you're in here, come on up and get your birthday drawing. The birthday winner, if you're in here, come on. Don't be shy. Happy birthday. All right. Now we're going to do 3 door prizes. Let's see here. Diana De Leon. I know. Good touch to pick your own. Marie Torres, I think. I'll read this right. Marie Torres, I think. Phone number 501-9430. Where are you? Maybe I'm reading that. Mario or Maria? I can't hardly read the handwriting. Mario? Okay. Mario Torres. You have to be in here to win these, guys. You got to be present. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. So everybody says, why don't you pick us up? All right. Frank, it's really hard. Last 3 are 900. 900. Frankfurt. Franklin, or Frankie, check your last 3 numbers. Is it 900? Huh? 900? If it's 900, come on up. 900 should be your last 3 numbers. Okay, come on up. I know it's hard on the handwriting, but it's kind of hard to read sometimes. Mine included. That's why I print. Thank you. All right, no name on this one. I must have ripped the wrong side off, but anybody have 205? Are you? All right, come see Stephanie. All right, one more. Let's let Ruth pick our other one. Come on, Ruth. Oh, she's looking at the names. Just kidding. All right. Sergio. Sergio, come on up. 896. All right, all right. Okay, I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and let's make it a good one. Stay safe. Yesterday was the first day of fall, by the way, so it's going to get cooler starting tonight.